This is Mariusz Skonieczny. I've been getting some messages about Voxtur, maybe some concerns. So I thought it would be a good time to reach out to a good friend, Gary Yeoman, the chairman of Voxtur. Gary, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
So Gary, like literally 5 minutes ago, I get a phone call from a friend and a shareholder, and he gets a particular message from somebody else, pretty much saying, "Oh, the interest rates are going up. This is terrible." And then he says to me, I thought people understood the thesis and the company that Voxtur is, but clearly they don't understand. So I just wanted to kind of bring you on and be like, what's going on? Is the sky falling at Voxtur, or are things looking good?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, there's no panic, on our end. Clearly, I'm not happy, when my share price is falling as opposed to rising. But it's just like everything else in life. When you're challenged, then you need your wits about you. You need to have calm. You need to have presence. And for me to go out there and start throwing money in marketing and promotion, when overall the market, not just for Boxer, but for everyone, and not in even in technology, but in real estate valuation and the mortgage business and everything else, everybody's getting slaughtered as far as their valuation goes. My attitude and my attitude that I've expressed very clearly with our CEO and down is we stay the steady course. I mean, we have new platforms that we're bringing on, like attorney opinion letter, and whether the market's going down, it doesn't matter. We're going to get market share because now people need us more than ever. When you can offer title at $1,000 less than the going rate, why wouldn't they use you? They need to save money. When you're introducing platforms that you can do valuation for less than $200 with an insurance wrapper versus $1,000 in 20 days, why wouldn't you use us? When with our property tax analytics platform, we're trying to wrap up contracts, but when you're dealing with big companies, including government, it takes time to get things signed. But we're clearly making progress in all areas. We got 10 new platforms right now that we're rolling out and prioritizing, and we have the ability to do that, and by and large most of them are paid for right now. So my consensus is that we're going to stay the steady course. We're going to continue to deliver. We're going to grow our revenue, and and return to profitability, and in the last half of 2022 this year. So as quick as this went down, it will go up. But for me to go out there right now and start throwing, hundreds of thousands of dollars into marketing and promotion, it's just money that goes up in smoke that could be better put to use in continuing to build, the great products and the service offerings that we have. I don't know anybody that's going up right now. We've got, like I said, my assessment. I've told you before. We got our assessment and tax, which is anti-cyclical. We got our attorney opinion letter that is going to thrive when the market is tough because it is cheaper, it is quicker, and it's certainly more accurate. We've got a number of other, integrations with our Nexus platform for valuation, which is, 20% of the price of the going market for appraisals today. We built, all kinds of quality control mechanisms. I mean, it's an exciting time for us, and it's extremely, extremely hurtful to my board and myself and our executive team that that the price is going down. But quite frankly, I think if you look at all of the analysts and all of the investment banks out there, I mean, no one is really doing any material deals right now. Everyone has just said, you know what, the market is apathetic. I'm going fishing or I'm going camping, and I'll come back in September, and hopefully, where the world will have a different perspective, that the sky is not falling and that this business is not going away. I mean, we're also making a shift to the capital market side of the business, where there's an equal amount of business over there. And so, our world seems to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger as far as the opportunities that are presented to itself. And, we've got our feet on the ground, and, there's no panic. And I'm really, really sorry, and I'm really disappointed. But, I can't, I can't throw money into something that I know that it's not going to get shareholder return, right? We've got people that still have a lot of confidence in us. The bank still has a lot of confidence in us. We're still looking at opportunities that are going to continue to grow our revenue and grow our profits and augment all of the service offerings to take advantage of the synergies. We're staying the steady course. We're keeping with our strategic plan. There's nothing that has happened that is impacting our, it's not healthy for this to keep going. It's not healthy when I get calls and saying that, that you're incompetent and you don't know what you're doing. I mean, it was only, 2.5 years ago when 3 years ago when I took over a company that was bankrupt and put $3 million of my own money into it and turned it into an $800 million company. And I'll say to you today that we are a better company today than what we were a month ago when we were trading at $1.40. Like, nothing has changed other than for the better, and we're closing to rolling out our products. So there are certain things that you can control in life and other things you cannot. But one thing for sure is the market never stands still. It's either going up or it's falling down. And in my 25 years of being in the capital markets business, one thing I've never really seen, in a consistent way, is just that it stays still. And so there are many factors, whether it's a war, whether it's the security of oil and gas, whether it's how people are looking at precious metals, whether it's rising interest rates that cause inflation, so the uncertainty of what the banks are going to tackle inflation. There are so many factors, and everyone's going to have an opinion. And what has the most impact on it, I do not know. But what I do know is that our customers are not going away. Our customers are embracing the products that we're bringing on, and our business is going to continue to grow, as I've been telling you since the day that we first met. So everything that I've said that we're going to do, we've done, and I see no reason why that should change.
I just saw a press release today. Clearbox partners with Voxtur to integrate its suite of vendor management tools. It just came out today.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can say about this?
Well, sure. I mean, what it is they have access to thousands of appraisers, right? And we have, we did Appraisal Direct, as you know, very successfully with United Wholesale. And this gives all of the appraisers an opportunity to be able to have fully digitized appraisal platforms, integrated data onto that platforms, and allow them to do their appraisals quicker, cheaper, and more accurate. We built a platform, a quality control platform. We got two forms. We got one that's like a 60-point check, and we got another one that's 3,500-point check. And the appraisers use that to ensure that as the appraisers get through to the lenders, that we've done a thorough enough check that what they're giving the lenders is not going to be scrutinized and be turned back, and that affect their ability to get more work. So everything that we're doing is offering products that are enhancing the marketplace. We're making life better for the appraisers. We're making life better for the lenders. We're making life better for the homeowners. We're doing all of the things that you should be doing, and we're doing it in a form of technology that has basically being replacing what I view to be an antiquated, lethargic, industry.
Now, you mentioned something about you're about to enter the capital markets. Do you mean through another acquisition? Can you give us a little bit more color?
I can't say what we're going to do. Is that the only thing I will say that there's a whole another side from origination where you're doing, original homes, first time home buyers or home buyers buying properties. But there are companies out there that are selling more mortgage portfolios. They land and then they decide that they move on, and then resurface. People want servicing contracts, etc. So anyways, there's transactions where people will sell portfolios to willing buyers, and so every time that there's a portfolio that's sold, they need valuation, verification, making sure that the mortgage doesn't exceed the value, and making sure that there's safety in that. You need title verification, that, if I'm taking on these portfolios, do I have clear title? Is there any claims on it? Tax certificates, flood certificates, a number of things. And so that's a whole market that we can do. And because we're doing it with technology and, and title reports, etc., we can do things at fractions of the price in same day versus the month that it's taking other people. So we're pretty excited about an opportunity to, to get into that space, and hopefully, within the fullness of time, we'll be able to talk to our investors down the road as far as what that's going to look like and how it's going to happen. But I prefer to focus in on the here and now, and everything that I said that we're going to do, we've done. So I don't like it at all, and I feel extremely bothered that it's affected investors that have faith in us. I don't feel that we've let them down in any way, shape, or form for things that we've done. And quite frankly, we just remind everybody, management owns 40% of this company. So, someone that's put in $100,000, I can tell you, we literally have hundreds of millions of dollars. So this is not, this is not met with any sense of lethargicness or, unconcerning or anything like that. We take it very seriously, but we do know that, with the depth and breadth of experience that we've had, we focus on the things that we can control, and we, are not going to put time and energy in things that we cannot control.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Okay, Mariusz. Thank you for having me.